What do Moby Dick, The Lord of the Rings, Brothers Grimm, and The Alchemist all have in common? These books use topological features to symbolize and relate different aspects of the collective unconscious. Understanding these will allow you to see the world in the way the ancients and the alchemists did. Interpreting the ocean alchemically, we can see that the ocean is a representation of the prima materia, the formless and chaotic substance from which all things emerge. It corresponds to the alchemical stage of dissolution, where the old structures are broken down into their fundamental essence. Meaning, the ocean in alchemical terms may symbolize the dissolution of the ego and the surrender of the self to the vast and formless unconscious. It signifies a process of purification and the potential for rebirth and renewal. In literature, we see Herman Melville's novel Moby Dick. The vast and mysterious ocean serve as a powerful symbol of the unknown and the unconscious. The protagonist's journey on the whaling ship becomes a metaphor for the exploration of the depths of human nature. J.M.W. Turner, a renowned English romantic painter, often depicts the sea in his works. His painting, The Slave Ship, portrays a turbulent ocean, serving as a powerful visual representation of the tumultuous and uncontrollable aspects of life. This is a quote from John Muir. "I'm losing precious days. I'm degenerating into a machine for making money. I'm learning nothing in this trivial world of men. I must break away and get out into the mountains to learn the news." In literature, we see J.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings and The Journey to Mount Doom as a symbolic quest representing the character's internal struggles, the battle between good and evil, and the pursuit of personal growth. In art, we can look to the painting Wander Above the Sea of Fog, a very famous painting by Caspar David Friedrich, which captures a lone figure standing on a mountain, symbolizing the human spirit's contemplation and conquest of the unknown. The ascent of the mountain signifies the journey towards spiritual elevation and enlightenment. Climbing the alchemical mountain represents the individual's ascent towards self-realization, integration of the psyche, and the attainment of higher knowledge. It embodies the process of refining the inner self. This is another quote by John Muir. "And into the forest I go, to lose my mind and find my soul." Nathan Hawthorne's Young Goodman Brown uses a dark forest as a setting for the protagonist's journey into the depths of his own soul, exploring themes of sin, temptation, and the duality of human nature. In art, we can look to the Brothers Grimm. These fairy tales often depict enchanted forests as places of mystery and transformation. Artists like Gustave Doré illustrated these tales, bringing the magical and symbolic qualities of the forest to life. We can also look to alchemical symbolism. The forest may be linked to the alchemical stage of conjunction, where diverse elements unite to create a harmonious and balanced whole. It can also represent the unconscious mind, a place of inner exploration and transformation. Journeying through the alchemical forest suggests the integration of disparate elements within the psyche, facing and assimilating the shadow aspects and achieving a state of inner unity and balance. Finally, we must analyze the desert as a symbol. This is a quote by Carl Jung. "Everything to come was already in images. To find their soul, the ancients went into the desert. This is an image. The ancients lived their symbols since the world had not yet become real for them. Thus, they went into the solitude of the desert to teach us that the place of the soul is a lonely desert." In literature, we must look to The Alchemist by Pablo Coelho. The protagonist embarks on a journey across the desert to discover his personal legend. The desert represents a challenging and transformative landscape where one must face obstacles and find inner truths. In the world of art, we can look to the painting The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. Although not explicitly a desert scene, this features a barren and surrealist landscape, symbolizing the fluidity of time and the persistence of memory amid the desolation. The desert is often associated with the alchemical process of calcination, where the raw material is subject to intense heat to purify and transform it. The harsh conditions of the desert signify the challenges and trials that lead to inner purification. Crossing the alchemical desert represents enduring and overcoming challenges, undergoing a process of purification through trials and tribulations. It also symbolizes the burning away of impurities and the emergence of a more refined self. We can see that the ocean, the desert, the mountain, and the forest each represent a specific place in the psychological and alchemical process. We see the ocean and the forest as places of exploration, and we see the mountain and the desert as places to refine ourselves and overcome challenges.